Hello everyone, this is Claudius Jacob, creator of Maiden Software, and today I'm going to briefly walk you through downloading, installing and using the 1.4.9 version, a Windows-only preview version that features a brand new piece of functionality, the multi-line generator. We obviously start by going to Maiden's website, that is maidens.claudius-jacob.eu, and heading for the download page. There is no installer in this version. We will simply download and unzip the distribution archive. Once downloaded, click the zip file to go into it. Windows 10 already has all the tools we need for unzipping files. Just look for the Compressed Folder Tools section in the folder that opens. You want to click on the Extract All button and enter a path to unzip to. I strongly recommend using the Documents folder. I have created an app subfolder there, so I'll use that. Extracting leaves us with a Maidens folder. Since this is a fully portable application, this is all we need to run it. Going into that folder, you'll see a maidens.exe file, the main executable of the application. As you may have noticed, I used my wife's laptop to record this session. Since this is a pristine laptop, it has all its original Windows settings in place. I do not currently sign the Maidens application, since that would cost money. Therefore, you need to explicitly tell Windows that this application is safe to run. You only need to do this once. Inside Maidens, the shortest path we can take to demonstrate the new generator is to make a new project based on a template, a new feature as well, by the way. That is because all templates already have an instance of the multi-line generator pre-bound to them. I will use a short one. This template creates an 8 bars piano score with a single section to which our new generator is already linked. Going into the generator's settings, we can see that it already has a preset loaded. Yes, we now have presets, isn't that sweet? But more on that later. For now, let's just hit the generate button. This opens up the generation in progress window. Unlike legacy generators, the multi-line generator is not blocking. You see exactly how much work it has left, and you can abort the action at any time should you change your mind. Here's our generated score. Let's make a little room for it. This is a new feature as well, and let us zoom in a little. The playback button is still there, so I will just click that. Taking a closer look at the score, we can confirm that Notes Attack tends to be asynchronous in its first half and synchronous in the second, which is also what we heard during playback. This means that the current preset, let us recall it was named Polyphony to Homophony, did a good job. If you were wondering, the green envelope is responsible with the implementation of this process, the voice restlessness. The more restless a voice is, the more it wants to move when the next chord hits, so the higher the odds for simultaneous notes attack, hence homophony. Let's tweak a little the current configuration, just for example's sake. Currently, all voices are playing all the time. I want to change that. I will go down to the number of voices parameter and tick its animate box, which lets me draw an envelope describing the evolution of this parameter throughout the musical fragment being generated. The envelope starts its journey as a straight and horizontal line that reflects the former static value of the parameter, that is, 100%. Let me isolate the envelope by hiding the other two. Let's say I want voices to progressively join during the first half of the fragment, then continue together. I apply and hit generate. There is no need to play back, merely looking at the score will do. We can see with the naked eye that only one voice is playing during the first two measures. The second joins in the third measure, and the first measure where all voices play together is measure 6. If you recall, our envelope was closing to 100 value at about 58 time, which makes this rendition pretty accurate. Now, if I go back to the settings, I can see that the configuration I came up with is still there, and I can save it as a preset to recall later. It is saved as a user preset, as opposed to presets the app came packed with, which are called system presets. The difference, of course, is that you can't alter system presets. You cannot rename them, and of course, you cannot delete them either, as is the case with user presets. You can, of course, start from a system preset, make changes. For instance, I can change the analysis window value here, and then save as a user preset. I guess suggested name will do. By the way, and by all means, make sure you click on these information buttons. They are your best choice until program documentation catches up. Also of much use are the export options, which let you bring your generated music outside the Maidens application. This way you can continue working on it in your favorite DAW, notation editor, or using pen and paper if you must. And that concludes our session. I encourage you to try out all the other templates and presets and to experiment with the existing parameters on your own. Also check out the website maidens.claudius-jacob.eu, which contains more information than this video does. And if you find yourself in a generous mood, please support me on Patreon with any amount of money you wish. Links in the video description or on the website or inside the app itself. Thank you and good luck making good music!